Welcome to another 30 by 30, Her Story, Her Strength. I am Randy O'Cray, your host, and we are highlighting the professional women that work for the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. So, who do we have here today?
I'm Abigail Jordan.
Abigail Jordan.
Yes.
Abigail, that's such a pretty, angelic name.
It's biblical.
Is it?
Yeah.
I should know that. What they do in the Bible?
Well, see, now you're going to quiz me, and my mother's going to be so disappointed.
Okay, we'll leave it at she pulled the name from the Bible.
Yes.
Okay, Abigail, it's so pretty.
Thank you.
Do you go in by nicknames you like?
Hundreds there, yes, but Abby is the most common.
Abby.
I'm cool with both.
I still like Abster.
I like Abster.
It feels like more cool.
It's different.
Right?
It's different.
We like it.
Yeah.
Now, Abster, aka Abigail Jordan. So, what do you do for the sheriff's office?
I work as the stable master on the mounted patrol unit.
Stable master. That sounds like you run stuff.
It sounds way more serious than it is, but
okay.
A little bit.
Tell us a little bit more, yeah.
Sure. I train the horses and work with them pretty much daily, and then I also work with training the staff, mostly deputies, on their riding instruction and improvement.
Oh, wow. So you're teaching the helping them be better riders,
yeah.
And then you actually work with the horses. Do you have background in this?
I do.
What's your background in this?
My background in this is about 20 years of just here and there different things. I grew up riding and competed a little bit, and then started getting into teaching, managing facilities, training people how to teach, and now we're here.
Wow, 20 years of
I know.
this. And what is it's called equine?
The equine industry.
Equine industry. I was going to say horse, but you know the other word.
It's fancier.
You know what I always think about equinox? That has nothing to do with horses, does it?
No, but it sounds like it should. It really sounds like it should. But yeah, no.
You're the best. Make me feel smart. Okay?
You're so smart, though.
Okay. But seriously, so 20 years of doing this. And so you said you used to compete.
I did.
Tell me about this competition.
It's not that crazy. I was an eventer, so that means you're jumping mostly. So the big, weird shaped fences and stuff, standards, but it's a combination of dressage, stadium jumping, and cross-country jumping.
Did you win?
Sometimes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
How hard was that? Because you're talking about where we see the little bars and the horse jumps over. Is that hard to teach a horse to do that?
It's really rewarding, and it depends on the horse. Some take to it very naturally. Some it is not easy, but you think that they're going to be good at it, so you stick to it.
Yeah.
But learning the pacing, because we want to count out your strides. How many strides is it going to take to get to a jump, so you hit your short stride and get the maximum amount of air for your period. It's a lot of math, and I'm not good at math.
I can't tell, girl, because you gave us all the science.
I'm not good at math. No.
That's actually a fun fact.
It's really fun. Yeah.
So, when did you stop competing?
I competed a little bit throughout high school, and then when I went to college, I took a break from horses because it's very expensive, and I was focusing on college and buying my textbooks. So.
Okay, right, because those things cost.
Yes.
I don't know why we can't rent textbooks. Why we gotta buy them? We're not gonna take them forever.
It's always like the professor wrote the book, and now they want you to buy it. I'm like,
doesn't make sense.
I see what's going on here.
But let's talk about school, because I know the fun fact about your major that people do not know.
Yeah.
Miss Jordan, what did you major in college?
I majored in applied linguistics and minored in TESOL, teaching English as a second language, and I specialized in studying Arabic mostly. They recommended studying a critical language. So I took a year of Chinese and a year of Arabic, and I was like, I like the Arabic.
That is cool.
Mandarin's so hard.
You just said you're not, girl, the fact you learning different languages, and you studied that.
I love languages.
Oh my goodness. So you can read Arabic then, right?
Yeah, so I studied in Morocco for reading and writing and learning how to speak it a little bit more. But the dialect there is so different than what I studied in college, which is modern standard or classical Arabic. So it didn't translate super well on the street, but they tried to help me. They were so nice, all the locals.
When you went to Morocco?
Yeah, they tried really hard to help me.
Hold on, the reason I say that because I have this Arabic tattoo, but I don't think it's really Arabic, so I need you to look at it.
It could be Farsi. They use,
It could be what now?
Could be like Farsi. They use similar alphabets and stuff, so show me later, and I'll check. I've checked a lot of tattoos for people.
Yeah, because I found out 2 tattoos were not what they said, so I just hope this
It's a danger when you get foreign languages, yep.
Words of the wise, know what you're putting on your body.
Yes. Show me a text.
Period. So, okay, your background is dealing with teaching and linguistics. How did you come over here being the stable master at the sheriff's office?
I've never really worked in a linear path. It's just sort of been what was presented to me with my opportunity at the time. But I got my major, I finished that, and I ended up, because of a part-time job I had throughout college where I worked in a corporate office, I landed a office management job at an accounting firm, just a little one.
Okay.
And then I was there for a while, and they were amazing.
Yeah. Accountants were accountants.
Yeah, accounting.
People think they're like a snooze fest, but no.
I mean, the work itself could be tedious, but it was very satisfying. Like getting to returns submitted to the IRS and approved and getting all that done. I don't know, it was very satisfying for me.
You accomplished, you got it done, you made
Yeah,
deadlines.
I mean, we would have thousands of returns in a season. It took forever, but it was cool to oversee and make sure everything got completed right. And the accountants there were just so kind. They were all just great people.
Okay, that's actually good to hear that, because people maybe have one idea about accounting, and the fact you're talking about I understand that satisfying things. People are like, okay, so you marked off a checkbox. What is that?
Yeah.
But it's something about meeting deadlines, getting a task, and getting it done. It is very fulfilling. So
it's very fulfilling. I don't have a passion for accounting, but I was not an accountant. I just helped prepare and submit returns. But they were great people.
So then you got to the sheriff's office. How?
So then this was in 2022, and then my dad texted me one day saying that he saw this ad pop up for a job as a stable master at the mounted patrol for the sheriff's office in Cobb County, and he was like, I didn't even know they had a mounted patrol, but this sounds exactly like you, and I know you wanted to work with horses ultimately. And so I just kind of checked it out. It kind of magically aligned with all of the experiences I had. And I was like, I'll just apply and see what happens.
And you got it.
Yeah, my application actually didn't go through because there was a portal issue.
Uh-oh.
And then I had to reach out to HR, and they've helped me figure out how to do it because some submission thing wasn't right. But they helped me out, got it through. And then, I called in for the interview.
It was meant to happen.
I guess.
Excuse me, that could have been like, okay, I guess it didn't go through, it's not meant, but you stuck with it.
Yeah, I thought it was worth it.
Let me ask this with stable masters, because I'm not familiar with that world, right? So are mostly stable masters mostly men that do this, or is it women? Like, what is the gender that usually does that role?
More women seem to be more attracted to the horse industry in general.
Okay.
And they usually just call you like a barn manager or a trainer or instructor. Mm-hmm. So I think they came up with this title at the sheriff's office because there's so many different hats to wear in it. You're an instructor, but you're also a barn manager, but you're also a horse trainer. And then I'm also overseeing a lot of the barn purchasing and helping with stocking things. So vendor relations, there's a lot of facets, and they wanted it all just under one medieval title, which is pretty cool.
Come on, medieval. Is it from the medieval times?
I think so. There was a kennel master in medieval times, so I think there was also a stable master, maybe.
I'm really believing that
I need to research it.
No, I think you may be a genius, and you just act like you don't, because you just, you're teaching me so much. Maybe this is me that doesn't know much.
I mean, I think I just know different things than you, and you know different things than me.
Okay, make it sound good. Okay, but stable master is a pretty cool title. Yeah. But I want to talk about more specifics. So, in your unit, what are the different roles in the mounted patrol unit?
So we've got, as far as the people go, we've got our unit sergeant, and he's full-time. Mm-hmm. Then we have our unit deputies, so they are full-time, and we currently have 3 full-time deputies, if I'm remembering correctly. Mm-hmm. And so they're all sworn and enforce the law. And then there's myself, and then we have another civilian trainer, that's Riley, and she is our animal care specialist.
Yes, little Riley. Hey, Riley.
Hi, Riley. Yeah, she's amazing, and she does pretty much everything that I do in my job, minus some administrative stuff, and then minus if a decision needs to be made about certain veterinary things, or she's also, it's one of her first jobs in the industry, so she's still kind of using it as a learning experience, and I'm getting to show her a lot of new stuff she hasn't done before. But that said, she is a fantastic rider, fantastic trainer, so she helps me a ton. Very grateful. Yeah.
So you got your sworn deputies, and then you have your civilians, which again we like to refer to it as professional staff.
Professionals.
So what is the ratio of men to women in your field, or your unit, I should say?
We have right now just just our sergeant is a man, and then the rest are women. And then we have part-time deputies that work, and it's sort of a mixed bag there. But as far as full-time, just the one.
Okay.
So it's mostly women.
So you have female leadership.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this about, because the 30 by 30, it's about getting more women, 30% of women working to the law enforcement field by 2030. And for you, now, of course, you have your sergeant who's a female, but I'm assuming
No, our sergeant's a male.
You know who I'm thinking of? Dutton.
Dunton. She's a deputy.
Dunton.
Yes.
Okay, so you're Sergeant McKinney.
Yes.
Okay, so even him, period, working in that field, and you just said you have to teach them how to ride, and
yeah, and it depends on their background, how much Dunton rides and barrel races outside of work. So she didn't have to learn how to ride, but these really big horses, that was different. So, and then if they have any issues or if there's specific things they want to learn, I can help them get there.
Okay, so the reason I'll ask you that about being a female 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Being a female, you know, teaching men how to better ride or all of that, like, is that intimidating for you?
It was super intimidating.
Okay.
Teaching older men, especially that are sworn, that have been in law enforcement a long time, I was literally shaking in my boots. But
Okay, Woody.
yeah, I was so nervous, but they've all been so accommodating, and especially because I don't think that dynamic is common, having a civilian trainer train a sworn person. So I didn't really know what to expect. That said, it's interesting learning. My favorite part of teaching, and has been for years, is finding out someone's learning style and then getting their aha moments and those light bulb moments when they finally grasp a concept and can apply it.
Yeah.
That's what gives me so much gratification as an instructor or a teacher. So some people take longer than others for me to figure out.
Yeah.
A lot of times I found out it's because they can't hear me in the arena because they're just so laser focused. But I got a big loudspeaker, so it's not a problem anymore.
Shout out to you though, Abigail, because that can be intimidating.
Yes,
you know,
it was for sure.
How did you overcome that intimidation?
A ton of communication.
Okay.
So when I would get, I don't know, not even nervous, but if I felt like
Anxious a little bit?
maybe anxious or something, because if I wasn't getting feedback from someone and I'm telling them to do something, I would finally just have them stop and say, are you good? Am I good? Are we good? Is there anything going on? They're like, oh no, I'm just focused. I'm like, okay, or you're not mad at me. And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, so this is just how you are. Okay. So I just had to kind of figure out their personalities. And a lot of them don't give me a lot of like response when I ask them to do something. So it was figuring out that aspect was challenging, but like now very rewarding and very easy. I know how to communicate with them and know what to expect.
And how long have you been with the sheriff's office now?
It'll be 4 years in January.
4 years. So you being the stable master and what you do, what has been like maybe your biggest rewarding moment in your role?
Probably the fact that when I started, we had no horses, and I was kind of here to research and game plan with the major. It was myself and Major White that were sort of on the ground, like figuring out the nitty-gritty details of what the unit might look like. So being here from the inception of the unit and overseeing its growth, I think the most rewarding thing was moving into our barn. That was a big deal. We were at a boarding barn for like 2.5 years, and we moved into our barn on our property, and it was so rewarding.
So good. And how many horses do we have now?
We have 7.
What's the names?
Oh, okay. Duke, Diesel, Major, Misty, Gucci, Dusty, Apollo.
Hey. And who's your favorite?
They're all my favorite. I love them equally.
Okay, great answer.
Thank you.
I
I've practiced.
Right? For me, because, I'm trying to be more around them, I would say, I grow to like Major a lot.
Yes.
I don't like Misty because she's the only girl that we call her a mare.
A mare.
She's the only mare. So with all those like side note, the male horses, what are they called?
So our male horses are called geldings, and that just means they've been fixed, basically.
Geldings.
They were gelded, so they're called geldings.
So how would all of these gilded horses and this one mare who's not spayed,
right?
How do their chemistry work? Like, are they like?
It depends on the horses. Sometimes you can't mix your females and your male horses.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the geldings that are more aggressive or behaviorally have issues. Sometimes it's the mares, so it really just depends on the horses. And we have mostly draft horses, which are the bigger ones, but they're also very mild-mannered. They tend to be very go with the flow, you can't really phase us. So I wasn't super worried when we had a mare come in. I was like, I have a meet and greet process is what I call it, to integrate horses together. And it's pretty like solid and avoids injury, because what you worry about when they meet each other is they go crazy and they start biting each other and they're chasing.
Horses bite each other?
I mean, they can if they get really mad. Yeah.
What?
They pick on each other like siblings, and it just gets a little more aggressive sometimes than I want it to. They don't mean to hurt each other most of the time.
Yeah.
They just are kind of reacting to another one, and they're just big. So
I love this.
But they've all honestly meshed so well together, and I was nervous for a while because I just didn't know how it would go with the whenever we'd get new horses. Like, here we go. But I'm really happy with how they've worked it out.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been doing good, because you can tell us what are the duties for the Mounted Patrol unit?
So currently we're focusing a lot on zone patrols, and that's in green spaces, trails, and parks in Cobb County. So you'll see us at a lot of parks, basically establishing police presence where there isn't very much, or if it's like trouble areas. So like Silver Comet Trail is one we're focusing on a lot.
Okay.
And then they're used sometimes to be deployed for protest or crowd control reasons, and you have a really high vantage point on these bigger horses that the deputies really like. We'll probably be working in FIFA next year alongside Atlanta's Mounted Patrol.
Big deal.
I'm excited. I won't be riding because I don't ride them in a law enforcement capacity because I'm not sworn.
Oh,
but,
okay.
They will be there, so I'm excited about that.
Well, you did make a point to note that only sworn staff are able to ride on the horses, not civilian/professional staff.
So Riley and I ride the horses in training capacities. We can ride at events. So when we do these community engagement events, parades, things like that, we ride in those periodically. But the deputies are the only ones that ride them in like a law enforcement capacity for liability reasons, obviously. Like if Riley or I rode in a protest and we got hurt, that would be a big no-no. We can't enforce the law. We're professional staff. So zone patrols, we don't, and then protests or anything like that, we wouldn't. That said, you know, if they ever have an issue, like a horse health question or a training question they encounter on a patrol, like I have met them out there before to like work through a behavioral thing or give them advice or called them or FaceTime them or whatever. So I can still advise on the horse side. But then the law enforcement side is Sergeant McKinney's wheelhouse.
Understood. Okay, so now I do want to say, so again, your background, like you said, this is your first job in law enforcement.
Yes.
Okay, and I'm assuming it was a big culture shock.
Yes.
Okay, now 4 years into this, what has been your biggest takeaway in your role in working in law enforcement as a professional staff?
Biggest takeaway is to find people that you know you can confide in and trust in and get sound advice from.
Yes.
And unfortunately, don't trust every single person that you meet because that was naturally my instinct, but it's been helpful for me to have people I can talk to and work through problems with and get advice from when I have an issue. And knowing that I can trust them is huge. So.
I like that. That was very transparent because you can't trust everyone.
And that's true for everywhere. It's not just here.
It's everywhere. But, but still, this is a new environment for you. So it's kind of, for me, reminded me that, okay, even though this may be law enforcement, people are people no matter what the profession. Right. So we just govern ourselves accordingly, right?
Right.
So, but let's get into the fun stuff with what does Abster do for fun? What is the fun stuff that drives you that you like to do?
I'm curious what you think I would do for fun.
Oh,
what do
quiz Randy? Sure.
Yeah.
You seem very, I'm so innocent, I'm so sweet, I got Abigail. But girl, you probably ride motorcycles,
That's hilarious.
I can see you on the Harley, girl, getting it in. Like, you seem like you may have another side that's really wild, fun, exciting, in an appropriate way.
In an appropriate way, of course.
You're nothing like...
We're ladies. We're ladies,
exactly.
After all. Okay.
So now, what's the truth?
So the truth. I have a lot of hobbies that would not shock you, I think. Baking. I'm a musician. Gardening.
Musician? Hold on, you can't say it fast. So baking, musician, what instruments?
I grew up playing French horn and trumpet. I still dabble in guitar, ukulele, stuff like that. I used to be more exciting in the music stuff, and I don't do as much anymore, but I still love it. Definitely.
You just say ukulele?
Yes.
What? You know how to play that?
I used to bring it to the barn with me.
And do the horses like it?
I mean, they didn't mind it. I think they were just trying to appease me. They were like, Mom's on it again.
That is actually cool as hell.
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, and baking, what did you like to bake?
Everything. I would bake when I was stressed a lot.
Oh,
so in college, come final exams, come midterms, my roommates and my classmates benefited many times over. I remember one time I cranked out almost 300 cupcakes during a final I was getting ready for. I was just so worried about it. I'm like, I should be studying.
But
you gotta make cupcakes.
But did you pass?
Yes.
Let's go. Shout out to the cupcakes.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. Yeah.
Okay. What about like any other activities or things that people wouldn't know about you?
So I don't ride motorcycles. I used to when I was little. I would a little bit, but.
Hold on. What do you mean little riding a motorcycle?
Like my granddad would teach me how to like pedal around on his little Kawasaki. But you know who does ride motorcycles?
Who?
Riley.
Riley, little feisty self, looks like she's a motorcycle rider.
Yes, 100%. She rides. I do have a horse outside of work because I'm just not tortured enough day to day, with all of the stress that goes into caring for horses. And he's awesome. He's about a third of their size, though.
So what's his name and what's his breed?
His name is Obi-Wan. And he is a Tennessee walking horse.
Okay.
And yeah, he's a sweet little man.
Okay, so like now, this is your baby. How long have you had him?
I've actually had him. I got him around the same time when I started this job. So 2022, I think. Yeah, and he was about 4 years old, and he was a rescue. So I actually picked him up the day before he was going to ship to slaughter.
Oh my God. Good
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
I mean, it happened, but you saved his life, so that's beautiful.
yeah, I saw a 4-year-old horse that was getting sent away, and I was like, and I was in the market kind of softly looking for a new horse. I hadn't had one since college time, so.
That is so sweet. And not to be morbid, what usually is the life expectancy for like horses?
For smaller horses like him, I mean, they can live into their 20s and 30s easily.
Oh.
Yeah, there's ponies that are really tiny that live into their 40s. Yeah, so it's kind of similar to dogs. You think of like the Chihuahua that lives till it's like 19.
Yes,
and then
so the
smaller horses tend to have longer lives. So our bigger horses usually have shorter lives due to like certain health stuff that they're prone to, like, you know, Great Danes and stuff prone to like heart issues and things like that. So we'll just kind of see. But as far as our sheriff horses, I will keep them in service as long as they're comfortable and happy. And if that means into their 20s, great. And if that means not, then we'll kind of figure it out and assess when we do. But, you know, they're checked very regularly to make sure they're happy and comfortable. It's super important.
What I'm taking from this interview is like you are very passionate about the horses and what you do. Like you can tell that you come from a good place and really want to take care of them and make sure they're good. And then me just watching you, like you called yourself mama just not too long ago. Like, they see you as that. So I think that's good for you. And then to see how you saw this vision and how it came to fruition, like, girl, that's big deal. Holyfield, give me some.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay.
We have fun.
We love it, Abster.
Thanks.
So, which I need some baked strawberry cupcakes when you feel like
You
it.
let me know.
All right. But as we wrap it up, would you kind of answer this when you were talking about your takeaway? But let's say you have someone that's interested in joining the Cobb County Sheriff's Office or any law enforcement agency as a professional staff. What advice would you give them?
Be confident in what you know. Be just as confident in what you don't know. I say that to a lot of people on a day-to-day basis, because you're not going to get yourself in hot water by being honest about what you don't know. Even though if it's embarrassing, which I've never been someone that's really embarrassed by not knowing something, I have no shame. I just don't. But in especially the horse world, that creates huge liability and safety issues. Someone says they know how to do something, I trust them to do it, and then they hurt themselves. You know, that's not something I can anticipate if you don't tell me. So it's not a bad thing to not know something. It gives you actually room to grow, master that skill, and then move on, and then you can be someone to also pass it on to other people. So
mic drop. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed learning about Miss Abigail Jordan, the stable master here at the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. So come and visit us next time. We have a few more professional staff ladies that are doing an amazing job. See you next time.